What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play Ocarina of Time 3D Master Quest. In the last episode, we finished off the bottom of the well as young Link and got ourselves the Lens of Truth. In this episode, well, we're standing in front of the entrance to the Shadow Temple, so while on this pedestal, let's use Din's fire to light all these torches. And, well, that's going to open the path, so I hope you guys are ready and excited because we're about to descend into the darkness that is the Shadow Temple. Now, a lot of people love the Shadow Temple, but to be honest, I find it quite forgettable because the temple itself is very short if you know what you're doing, so we're probably not going to spend a whole lot of time here, if I'm being totally honest. The shadow will yield only to the one with the Eye of Truth handed down in Kakariko Village. Basically saying, hey dummy, get the Lens of Truth if you don't have it already, because otherwise, this temple is going to be really hard. And this says, make my beak face the Skull of Truth. The alternative is descent into the deep darkness. Alright, so it's another riddle, but if we put on our Lens of Truth, you'll notice that some of the skulls disappear. The only one that stays behind is this real one, so obviously, now the puzzle's pretty simple. Let's just push this weird bird statue and make it face the one true skull, as it were, and then we'll sort of go on from there. Because the progression in the Master Quest version of this temple is a little bit different than normal Ocarina of Time, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. Also, I'm not sure why that didn't, lock in and complete the puzzle. Let me pull it back real quick. Maybe I didn't give it enough time to sort of do what it needed to do, so let's try that one more time. There we go. So yeah, normally you wouldn't be able to go over to that area just yet if we're playing the normal Ocarina of Time version of this temple, but on Master Quest, if we grab our fire arrows real quick, you'll notice that there are two torches that we can light up on the hands of this weird looking statue thing. So let's just shoot our two fire arrows, or more apparently, because I cannot aim to save my life. There we go. Jeez, man. I'm gonna use all my magic and my arrows, which is not good because you really do need magic and some arrows in this temple. But yeah, it causes that weird ice block to appear. That way you can reach this section of the temple, which normally you wouldn't be able to get to unless you got the item from this temple. So yeah, progression is a little bit weirder, as I was saying. Alright, let's grab our bombs real quick because there's a beam over here that I really want to get rid of just so it doesn't bother us. And if we use our Lens of Truth, you can see that both the left and right areas are actually fake, so we can walk right through them. Now, you may have noticed that I have been using the big Goron sword, and I swapped over for one reason. There's a couple of small rooms like this throughout the temple that have either Redeads or Gibdos in them, and one fully charged spin attack from the big Goron sword will completely decimate them without you needing to get too close to them, so very, very helpful. Plus, there's not a whole lot of projectiles or tough enemies that you're really going to need your shield for in this temple, so we should be fine with the Goron sword for now. I may need to swap off once or twice later on, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. So now that we got that first small key, let's head over into this room and get ourselves another one. So yeah, watch out for the blade trap in the center of this room. Kind of annoying, but we need to collect the 5 silver rupees. So, if you've played, the normal Ocarina of Time version of the Ice Cavern, this should feel very, very familiar. A little bit different if you played Master Quest, since, I don't think there were any silver rupees in the Master Quest version of the Ice Cavern. I know, we just did that a couple episodes ago, but, yeah, my memory is that bad. Actually, I'm just more familiar with, normal Ocarina of Time, if I'm being totally honest. But I know they did remove the blade traps from the Master Quest version of the Ice Cavern. However, they are still intact here in the Shadow Temple, so all is right in the world. Anyways, you do actually want to kill all of the normal Skulltulas in this area because the door out of here will remain locked unless you do so. But I mean, you kind of have to do it anyways because the Skulltulas are blocking your path to either the silver rupees or some other secrets that we'll be getting in just a moment. For now, though, let's grab ourselves the dungeon map because this thing is so incredibly helpful. And oh yeah, there we go, door unlocked because we killed all the Skulltulas. Alright, real quick though, there was that one Skulltula that was not guarding a silver rupee, but he was just blocking this path. So approach this path very, very carefully. I think you can use Navi to read that sort of inscription on the weird wall painting back there. But yeah, just know there's sort of a secret area down here that you can reach as long as you approach that ledge very carefully. Right over here, we got ourselves another skeleton, which I guess we can kill now. But more importantly, there is this small chest that contains another small key. So make sure you come down here and grab that. It's very, very important. Trust me, I've definitely forgotten about that chest before. And like, you'll go insane running around this temple just like looking for a small key and then realize you missed it because it's in that one invisible chest that you totally forgot about. Alright, now that we got that though, we pretty much want to make our way all the way back to the beginning of this temple. I probably could have like been smart and used Pharaoh's Wind, but then again it does use a lot of magic and you kind of want to conserve your magic as you're going through this temple. I do want to apologize though, I feel a little bit out of it today. I think it's just because like past couple of nights I haven't been sleeping very well. Like, I've been trying to go to bed earlier, but what happens is I go to bed earlier and then I wake up like an hour later and then I'm up even later than I originally intended to be up. So it's just a mess right now. I'm trying to fix my sleeping schedule, so I'm kind of tired and I feel a little bit out of it, so I apologize if like these next couple of videos aren't exactly the greatest. One who gains the Eye of Truth will be able to see what is hidden in the darkness. Alright, so we already got the eye. We are good to go, and basically that's how we're gonna get through here. Shadow Temple. Here is gathered Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. That sounds like really interesting, right? Well, too bad because you don't get any more backstory than just that. Oh, real quick, yeah, take out your Ocarina the second you get in this room and play the Sun Song because there are 4 re-deads just like hanging out here. So let's stun them in place, grab our Goron sword, and charge up a fully charged spin attack. Go right in the center and let loose. That way you can get rid of all of them at the exact same time. Now that those guys are gone though, ta-da! Big chest, so, oh, it's gonna be something important. It's actually the second generic temple item, so let's pick up our good friend, the compass, and it's pretty much going to be back-to-back big chests from here on out because we're about to go and get the item from this temple already. Looking forward to it because it actually is kind of a cool item, although it does have a few caveats to it that I'll talk about in a second. Oh, yeah, blood and history, whatever, who cares. We need to play the Song of Time real quick. That way we can remove these Song of Time blocks. I don't believe these were here in the original version, so there are a couple of changes like that that you do need to worry about when going through here. You actually can navigate like this entire area without the Lens of Truth because the passageways that you can go down always have the blue skulls like sort of next to them. Yeah, watch out for like these weird silver eye switches because they do spit fire at you. And we are going to need our normal arrows real quick because the middle silver eye switch, you need to shoot that even though it's closed. You need to shoot it to open it back up, and that like removes an ice block that was previously blocking this path. So let's head through here, and guess what? Those hands, you know what that means. It's a rematch with our best buddy, Dead Hand, and oh my gosh, they both actually grabbed me. That spin attack was supposed to kill them. Didn't really work out, but whatever. Alright, Dead Hand, bring it on, man. Yeah, so Dead Hand is a lot easier as an adult, as you could probably imagine. So, pretty much same deal as fighting them as a kid. Just go up, get grabbed by one of the hands, and then deal your damage to him. And oh no, that's not good. Let go, let go, let go. Oh my gosh, that was really, really close. Thank goodness we just barely got out of there. And Dead Hand is already dead. 2 jump attacks with the big Goron sword puts that man down for good. And as I said, back-to-back big chests. So, let's go and open this chest up. That way we can get the item from this temple, which is kind of a staple for this game as well. Everyone knows it. It's the hover boots. So these things are pretty cool. They allow you to walk on air for a short period of time. The one caveat being that when you wear them, Link pretty much acts like he's on ice physics. So it makes moving around normally just a big pain in the butt. Like you're slipping and sliding all over the place. You have very loose control of Link. So I'll try not to wear them unless I absolutely need to, because otherwise it's a mess to get around. Like, it's a clown fiesta, man. It's a clown fiesta. Alright, so now that we got those, let's go pretty much back to where we were almost, like at least that room with the Beamos, and we're gonna continue making our way forward and descending deeper and deeper into the temple. Now, real quick, I do want to talk about the design philosophy of the Shadow Temple and sort of its overall aesthetic, because overall, obviously, it's supposed to be dark, spooky, creepy, whatever, but Nintendo made one design choice that I think is absolutely genius, and it's worth pointing out. So, right now, you know, we're sort of on, like, the surface level of the Shadow Temple. It's not really too creepy, but you'll notice, like, the further we go into the temple, the creepier and, you know, worse it becomes. Like, it becomes sort of unhinged, if you will, because you'll notice, like, a lot of disjointed and unconnected elements, and I think that's genius, because all of that is to serve the overall aesthetic of the creepiness of this temple, and it's genius. Like, you'll see the second we turn around this corner, because guillotines, man, just guillotines everywhere, and it's not just like one or two of them. They're literally all over the place once you get down here, and it's, you know, kind of weird to see something like that in a Zelda game. And then, of course, once we turn the corner again, we're gonna enter this huge room that's sort of disjointed, you know, a lot of just platforms that are very small with guillotines on them, and that's sort of to, I guess, give off the illusion of being unhinged and just creepy. I think it's just a genius design flow, and I really do love that about the Shadow Temple. It probably is one of the most well-designed temples in this game. Alright, so there's two BMO over there. Now, do not jump over to that platform yet. That would be really dumb. Instead, just use your arrows to shoot the bomb flower in between the two BMO 2 times in total, and it will actually take out the BMO. So let's wait for it, and there we go. Now the platform is clear for us to jump right over to. Now, we could go to the left or to the right. We're going to start with the right, and yeah, use your lens of truth. That way you can see the invisible platform there. Don't just try and shoot that eye switch, because you will not be able to hit it. But now, since we're on the ledge, let's grab our fire arrows really quickly, and then we can actually hit this switch. Ta-da! Just like that. Easy peasy. Man, I really need to find some arrows, because I only have one left, and that is not gonna cut it, man. Not gonna cut it at all. Alright, so real quick, let's head into this room, because I don't think this one should take us too long to complete. And plus, there's actually something really important in here. So yeah, another room where we gotta collect more silver rupees, but this one's a little bit different, because there's more than 5, which is pretty odd for, like, these silver rupee rooms. Well, for this instance, some of these silver rupees are actually fake, so even if we use the lens of truth, we can't spot the real or the fake ones. They all just show up. And also, kind of forgot that, yeah, if we have the lens of truth equipped, we actually can't use magic anywhere else, so we can't do a full spin attack to take out this like before it gets close to us. Now that it's gone, though, let's go back to collecting these silver rupees. You know, I am kind of curious, though, guys, so let me know in the comments, what do you think of the whole collection of the 5 silver rupees? Because, if I'm being honest with you guys, I was never really a fan of it. I always felt like it was kind of like a lazy puzzle. You know, like, hey, collect these 5 things, and ta-da, puzzle solved! And it's not even hard to collect the 5 silver rupees, because, generally speaking, you can see them all, like, the second you enter the room. And if you can, it's usually something as simple as, you know, playing the Song of Time, or moving a block or two. So, not really too hard. And, hey, there's bats in this room. What do you know? Alright. But yeah, now that we got that door unlocked, let's open up this chest and get ourselves a blue rupee. But wait, there's more. Yeah, that's right. There's an invisible chest, and this one is actually the important one, because it contains another small key. Now that we got that, yeah, we're pretty much done with this room. And I don't know, man, I feel like this room was kind of wasted potential. Like, you just had to collect the rupees, get the key, and that's pretty much it. Whatever, maybe it's just me. Now that we got that, though, you know what? I think that's actually a good place to end off the video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.